I'm Brian Westford with GeekWire Studios here at Inbound 2024 with Zuper, and we're talking to one of the newer customers. This is Ryan Spalding. He's the Director of Franchise Marketing for Garage Living. Ryan, welcome, and let's start by giving a little description about Garage Living.
Yeah, so Garage Living's a franchise that renovates the interior of a garage. So we'll do everything from floor, slat wall, cabinetry, storage solutions, all the way from consultation, drawing, to installation.
That's fantastic. I think it's something a lot of people need. Relatively new to rolling out Zuper.
Yeah.
Why did you select Zuper specifically?
Yeah, we were looking for a field services module that could kind of elevate the customer experience. And Zuper seemed to check all the boxes.
And you've looked at other solutions before. Is there anything in particular with Zuper and HubSpot integration maybe that really said this is the right answer?
Yeah, I think you nailed it. It's the integration with HubSpot really first, so we can pull all of our data in. And use that data to communicate to the customer, sort of like pre-installation, during, finishing. The whole process gets communicated. So that's the real reason.
Great link between the two products. Now you're working on the rollout. We're kind of a little early before you have full implementation. What are your operators and dispatchers specifically excited about using Zuper?
Yeah, I think it's that. It's something that we've never had before. So the ability to communicate that out to the consumer is, I think, the biggest thing. Yeah.
Any lessons learned this part in the rollout?
Yeah, I mean, like you kind of learn sort of all the different abilities of the software and like what works, what's not going to work for us. Every individual franchise is kind of different. So some want to use specific features of the software, some don't. So I think it's just like different experience for each of our locations.
How do you navigate those differences when a particular franchise wants to do one thing and another franchise wants to do another? Yeah. How do you wade through that?
Yeah, I think we're accommodating to a point where if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then we just need to figure out a way around it and work with our partners to find the right solution.
Speaking of partners, how has Zuper been to work with?
Really great. I mean, we're kind of developing things that they've never done before. So I think there's going to be a lot of use cases from us that they'll be able to apply to future partners as well.
Taking it up a notch, let's go maybe a little bit higher. Why would you say, as a concept and as you're evaluating different solutions, why is it important that your CRM and your FSM talk to each other?
Yeah, I think there's so much data out there that if these systems aren't talking to each other, you're missing a huge opportunity, whether that's through customer experience or reporting or understanding sort of like what could have been done better in the future. I think most softwares need to be integrated because you're going to miss that opportunity to review and analyze that data.
Chatting with Ryan Spalding, the Director of Franchise Marketing for Garage Living. And Ryan, I want to ask you, if you were to give advice to somebody thinking about rolling out Zuper along with HubSpot, what would you tell them at this point?
Yeah, I think to do your investigation, understand sort of what the abilities are of the software, what you're trying to achieve, what your goals are. Set yourself a reasonable timeline. There's a lot of different moving parts, and especially if you're connecting systems like a HubSpot or QuickBooks or Zuper, you need to make sure that it all flows properly and that it works for what you're trying to achieve. Don't rush through it. Test everything, test again, and then push it into a live environment.
Let's talk about the scope of the problem. How many franchise operations are there with Garage Living?
Yeah, so we've got 50 locations, 42 of those are in the US, 6 in Canada, 2 in Australia.
And all of them are using Zuper globally?
They will be. We're still in the adoption period, so we're still going through some like initial configuration, setup, testing. But we're going to be rolling out both field services and a quoting platform as well at some point. So it'll all be sort of under one software. And I think for them, the ability to be able to use the field services to set up the appointment, communicate that out, quote on the spot, and then communicate the installation, that's really what we're aiming to achieve. So I think at some point, everyone will be using it. It makes sense. Like there wouldn't really be a reason why they wouldn't use it. So
one last question for you. As you're rolling this out within the company, what did your sales pitch look like internally when you're saying, we should use Zuper, here's why? How do you explain to the employees, the dispatchers, your fellow managers, this is what we should be doing?
Yeah, we took several franchise owners through a bit of a demo. So getting that internal buy-in, I think, is really important off the bat. We had one location that was using another service, so he got a chance to look at this and compare the two, and the two were very similar in what they were able to achieve. So I think that was really the biggest part is getting some franchise owners, some internal stakeholders all on the same page.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for taking the time. Ryan Spalding, Director of Franchise Marketing. We are very excited to be here at Inbound 2024. I'm Brian Westbrook with GeekWire Studios.